The Theosophical Society is located in Wheaton, Illinois, which is a suburb outside of Chicago. And the building which we now occupy as our main headquarters building was built in 1926. There are 40 acres of land here, and it's a beautiful space, particularly for people who live and work here. It's quite a joyful experience just to be on this very natural setting. In the 1920s, we had a very dynamic national president, L.W. Rogers, who was the one who actually brought the national headquarters to the Chicago area. There was a stop on the Metro train, which gave easy transportation to and from Chicago. When they got here and saw the land, they could see the potential for it. Actually, at that time, it was just nothing more than a very flat cornfield. No trees, no shrubs, nothing. But they had the vision of what it could be. In many ways, we honor our past here at the national headquarters. Anyone who would come into the building would encounter in various places throughout the building itself portraits, many of the founding members of the Theosophical Society, as well as some of the luminaries that have developed throughout the time. But the first thing one would see when they enter the main building would be the lobby area, which is quite impressive, just in terms of its architecture, with the lighted space, the wood paneling. All that's beautiful, but the main thing that one would see there is the mural that is really quite an outstanding piece of art, and it surrounds the entire space. In terms of the purpose for the Theosophical Society's existence, it is to provide a means for people to become what we as members describe as theosophists, which is someone whose focus is really on a genuine regeneration, self-unfoldment for the purpose of benefiting the advance and the growth of all humanity. Probably one of the real jewels of the Olcott National Center is our library, which is one of a kind in terms of its collection and in terms of its physical beauty. The collection is more than 20,000 books, all on subjects related to theosophy, world religions, science. We have a children's collection. It's a lending library for the general public as well. We have a series of ongoing programs here at the national headquarters. Everything from yoga to Tai Chi to workshops that go on the weekends. We have meditation classes, we have healing groups, classes of various sorts, which have been on a variety of subjects from world religions to astrology, tarot, all of the various kind of concerns that relate to the broader view of theosophy. And those are things that are open to anyone who chooses to come. You would find that there are a number of places that would be very conducive for personal reflection, meditation, where you will frequently find people sitting simply just to think, simply just to be still. This has been a place where nonviolence has been practiced. It's been vegetarian for all of that time, where awareness that we are in fact linked with a larger life has been a primary focus. The Theosophical Society in America is a membership organization, and as such we have staff functions and departments that relate to our members all around the nation. We have different departments, from audiovisual to membership to some of our other imprints which come under the label of the Quest. The Theosophical Publishing House publishes Quest books, which are sold throughout the country. Amazon, Barnes & Noble, all the big stores tend to carry them. We also have the Quest magazine. It's a very high-quality publication which always has had thought-provoking and oftentimes inspiring articles. And then we also have the Quest bookshop. It's quite a frequented location here in our area, and it's something that's very cozy and always has been a go-to kind of place for people in this community. There are a number of things that we do that touch our local community. On our third floor, just outside of the auditorium, we have an art gallery which has a rotating collection. It has been a curated collection that about every 2-3 months you'll find local artists displaying really some wonderful works of art. During the course of the summer, every year, we have had what we call Theosophy, which is an open-air festival here on our grounds. Just a whole range of things related to the spiritual life, to health. Generally, we do it in the first week of September. We've had as many as 4,000 people on a given day. Bring the kids, listen to some talks, eat some good food, and just get to meet one another. We also have begun a new cooperative effort with the Prairie School of DuPage. As part of this effort, we have created a space here in our campus building for the school to operate out of. Many of their classes actually take place out here on the grounds. Every day the students have yoga, they have music, and it's something that is really in keeping with our theosophical philosophy. All of these things are examples of ways in which we are opening up and reaching out to the greater community. From the founding days of the Theosophical Society, there has been a strong focus on interfaith efforts, going all the way back to the Parliament of the World Religions in 1893, which had its reprise in 1993. We were very, very involved in that, not only with speaking and with providing resources, but with hosting events here at our headquarters. Currently, we've been very involved in a number of things, probably most notably when we hosted an event which was attended by about 10,000 people with His Holiness the Dalai Lama of Tibet. We organized that event, put it on in Chicago. It was something that really was directed at interfaith activity and the need for an understanding and appreciation of the world's faiths. As a part of that event, we had a panel of the various representatives of the Abrahamic faiths, all of the faiths that come from Judaism, Christianity, Islam, who were in conversation with His Holiness. The basis for the event that we held with His Holiness went back to 1956 when he made his first trip outside of Tibet to India. And on that trip, he visited our international headquarters in Chennai. The Dalai Lama himself, in one of his books, Toward a True Kinship of Faiths, described that event at which, for the very first time, he was exposed to the world's religions, which were present there at our international gathering. And he said it was the first time he saw that, and also it was the first time he had ever become aware of a movement of people, the Theosophical Society, who not only tried to respect and appreciate the world's religions, but actually saw in all of them something that's very central to everyone, that there was a universal core that we appreciated. One of the objects of the Theosophical Society speaks about religion, science, and philosophy as areas of search for sincere students. And we have consistently presented very high-level programs with cutting-edge scientists, such people as Rupert Sheldrake, Ian Stevenson, and all of his work on reincarnation, Amit Goswami, who is most well known for his quantum physics. In our time, so much of the awareness and so much of people's focus has been placed in the sorts of connections that are made now over the internet. We have a number of programs that are really web-based. We've been doing a great deal of webcasting of particular talks that we think may be of interest through the avenue of their computers at home. We have webinars, which are interactive classes and discussions and studies that are attended by people all around the world. That makes it quite easy for someone who is not perhaps able to travel to these things to have something of the feeling of it. There's a great deal of knowledge to be found in the study and the literature. Obviously, now, as in all times, the world and the individuals in it are in need. The focus now, as in the past, has been how do we, in fact, unfold our potentials for compassion, for a deeper understanding, for kindness. And so these are the things that I would hope that in our future, it would be something that would become the focus for each and every one of our members and friends who contact this place.